Hey guys, welcome back to Marketing Food Online podcast. This is the podcast for you if you are in the business of or want to start a business creating your own food products. I discuss everything that I've done over the past nearly 10 years to create a brand of my own, starting from very humble beginnings at home, selling locally, and now selling online in a commercial facility with 6 stores and a lot of business. So let's get right to it. Okay, so this episode, this podcast, I'm actually going to get into the concept a little bit more, dig into it a little bit deeper, is the idea of bundling products. This may be something that's new to you, or maybe you have heard of this, but when it comes to food products, a lot of times if you're creating a listing for an individual product, your price point may not necessarily be too high. So you may be making a profit, you may have a good margin, but it's just the amount of work and effort and energy you put into that specific sale for one item. You could definitely do the same amount of work and create a bundled package where you're bringing together multiple products in one to do a couple of things. First off, you're going to increase the actual price point, which will, of course, increase your overall profit margin. And it does actually, in some cases, depending on the platform you're selling on, it does increase the actual amount it costs to sell the product. If you are selling on a platform that does it by percentage, of course, or if it has a set fee based on the amount of your retail price. Amazon, Etsy, and eBay is what I'm talking about. They all have different variations of fees. But if you, of course, increase your price point, you do have a larger fee. But to be honest with you, you end up actually making more money as well. Now, if you're a company, if you're starting a company, or if you're looking to create multiple types of products yourself, we actually hand make over 400 types of products that are anywhere from cake balls to chocolate pretzels and trail mixes and snacks and candies. We really offer a wide variety of products. My motto ever since I started my food company is if I can make it, I will sell it. If it's a product that's too difficult to make, or if it's too time consuming, or if it costs too much to actually make it, I'm just not going to bother. But a lot of the stuff that we do is for cost purposes are very inexpensive to create. The quality is great and it can be made very fast. So with that being said, what I do, and I'm only going to give you examples from experiences that I personally have had with my business and how bundles have actually helped our bottom line out, because bringing together a multitude of products actually will increase overall sales. If you're bringing together like a bag, let's just do an example. If you have rock candy, we have a line of rock candy, pretzel rods, trail mixes, and some mixed nuts, seasoned nuts. If I were to sell 4 of those bags, and each one weighed a pound, and I was going to sell them for, let's say, around $9 a pound, okay? You're going to create a nearly $40 price point for a transaction that would have normally just been $9.99 if it's sold individually. And then you're hoping that the other 3 items that you are looking to sell will sell on their own and create a $40 worth of sales. Okay. So when you create a bundle, you're basically bringing together a multitude of products. And I'm going to give you a couple of tips on actually how you can leverage name brand products. And if you're selling on your own site, if you have your own website, this is fantastic. And I actually have seen a lot of people on Amazon, sellers on Amazon that actually do this. And I've kind of learned over the past couple of years of trying to perfect how we do it with our products. But there's a method, I'm going to kind of nickname it piggybacking. And to piggyback on a product that is already well known, like for an example, let's say Planters nuts. Everybody knows who Planters is. It's a name brand line of nuts. And they have a spicy almond blend of nuts, and you are in the nut business, or you're trying to get in the nut business, and you're offering your own brand, and you've got your own flavor combination. Maybe it's a flavor mix that you've created, and it's for peanuts. So if you were to take a couple of different Planters products, let's say you took 2 of them, and you had 2 of your own products, and you incorporated them, and you created a 4-pack bundle sampler kit, let's just say. And for each one of those, you can price point each one out at $9 a piece, and you've got 4 of them. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a listing based upon Planters nuts with a bundled pack, including your own brand. because everybody who loves nuts, let's say, they just enjoy nuts, and they prefer the brand of planters. But you kind of want to break into the market or the business. On your own website, you can create any bundles you want and incorporate the planters along with yours, with your package next to it. You take a nice handful of photographs that are fantastic. You've got both of the brands, yours and planters, and you've got the flavors listed, and you've got 4 different flavors going on. What you can do is you can actually leverage the existing market that enjoys planters products, and then you can piggyback on that, and you can incorporate your product into it. So when the customer gets it, they try something new, let's say, and that something new is actually you. They are trying you. They're going to try your new product. They're trying something that you've created, but you've been able to kind of create the listing based upon planters, okay? Now, in search engines, when you're talking about search engine optimization and you want to find something that sells, very frequently and hand over fist, and you keep selling stuff, and when it comes to utilizing a planter's product, adding your extra product in there is only going to help you get your product out there and, of course, get into the hands of people who enjoy those types of snacks. And again, this is just an example. So depending upon the type of product that you make, I'm pretty sure that there is a name brand that you can piggyback with, and you can create bundles and leverage that brand that is known by the consumer, and then incorporate yours. So it's kind of a really simple concept, but I wanted to break it down so if you've never heard of this before, you can understand how to kind of leverage what is already out there. I'm going to tell you right now that if you're starting a brand, especially when it comes to food, snacks, it's a very competitive industry. But if you're starting your own brand and you've got your own line of products, it can be a bit of a challenge, to say the least, to get people to begin to know who you are, let alone be loyal to your brand and to buy products. So if you take this advice and try it out, you can experiment with it. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, well, you can go another route. I can tell you from experience it works. Hands down, it does. And we're always coming up with trying to brainstorm different ideas and different concepts on how to really leverage this concept and create, create a value also for the consumer, and let them purchase and let them buy the things that they already do, but you're probably just squeezing in your product in there. So I can do a little bit more. I'll do a podcast specifically on how you actually can create and optimize the listing. Because, of course, when you start to use the words like planters and mixed nuts, when you use a brand's name and such, you want to make sure that you can maximize as much as you can when you create a listing so you get the attention you need for your product. So I just wanted to put that out there really quick, and I wanted that idea to kind of get out there. I haven't talked too much about bundling, but it is a concept that does work, just to let you know. And when you do it right, you can definitely attract a lot of new customers and new followers and, of course, new people to your own website. When you're selling on eBay or you're selling on Amazon, these existing platforms, you can tap into their algorithms, which already have, planters nuts, or they already have brand names already in their system. So if that podcast was informative, I do appreciate you listening, and definitely give me some feedback and let me know. If you got any questions on that, you can always check me out at my YouTube channel on Marketing Food Online. That's my YouTube channel. If you want some more in-depth one-on-one consulting, I do offer at a reasonable price. I have the renewed monthly email consulting program, which we are now up to nearly 4 dozen companies now that we're working with, which is super excited about the growth of that product. So you want to check out Marketing Food Online on YouTube, and I've got all of my websites and links hooked up to the channel there. And if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe. We have nearly 300 videos on YouTube that you can watch for absolutely free and get all kinds of knowledge to help you launch your food product. So with that being said, I appreciate it, guys, and thank you so much for tuning into the podcast, and I will check you guys out on my next one. Have a great day, guys.